Waiting for the machine to fire up. There it is. Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It's Wednesday, March 25th, 2020, 7:46 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Yes, welcome to Bitcoin Daily View, everybody. Now, check this out. Ooh, let's reload Coin 360 here. Alright, Bitcoin has been a little bit turbulent this morning on the very short time frames, so let's take a look at that. But in general, we are coming in at 6,613. That is rocking. So a mix of red and green in the market, but the day is still very, very young. We shall see how this goes. Bitcoin is looking very, very strong. Now note this. This is the dollar, the DXY. You can check it out. It basically compares the dollar to a few other world currencies, and as we can see, it's been pumping like crazy recently. And as the agreements to dump money into the repo markets, etc., and as we start to see Congress maybe agree on some stimulus here for America, as you can see, the dollar on the daily seems to be leveling off or taking a bit of a dive after it's been pumping. Who knows what that means? Doesn't make any sense to me. But basically, dollar has been pumping, and now it's leveling off. Gold, on the other hand, it has been pumping like a rocket ship to Pluto. This morning, we are seeing it leveling off. What I'd really love to see here is on the Super Guppy indicator, the EMAs, to all stay rolled green. We have a green diamond this morning. We have green EMA ribbons on gold for the daily. That's pretty rocking. This morning it's taking a little bit of a dump. We'll see. Note, it's still above 1,600. Wow. So gold pumping like crazy. All right. Dow Jones Industrial Average yesterday closed on a powerful green candle. MACD is almost turned positive on the daily. This morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is struggling back and forth. We don't really have a positive or negative sentiment yet. Hard to tell. A very, very Darth Maul looking doji there this morning. We'll see which way it goes. The day is still young. It has not opened pumping, and it has not opened dumping either. So let's look at the S&P 500. Doing the same thing. That daily MACD is looking really positive. We just need one more positive day on the daily. We might have crossed positive MACDs for the Russell, the Dow Jones, and the S&P. That would be wonderful. So if we can close with a nice green candle today and a crossed positive MACD on these big indices, well, Lambo time for the economy. Tether, all right, 6.9. Basically 7 billion Tether into Bitcoin last 24 hours across big exchanges. Rocking, that's not bad. Volume 1.9 billion, pretty good. $1 billion of that on Binance and Coinbase, 300 million. Coinbase is doing darn well recently. Since the big volumes on Binance, we always like to go there to see what the longs and shorts are. 55% longs, 44% shorts. Well, positive sentiment on Binance, where the cynical people live. So, and also the big money does too. With that said, sentiment is positive. It's long on Bitcoin this morning. Looking at the weekly, we are still above the weekly 200 moving average. This is wonderful. Good to go. Daily, Bitcoin continues to work an upwards channel on the daily, although so far today the daily candle is red. MACD positive. This is really, really nice to see. We're working towards crossing that 200 moving average. Maybe we'll see that this weekend. Who knows? Still a bit of a distance from there, but I'm positive Bitcoin can crank $1,000 in a day like no problem. All right, the 4-hour chart. I love seeing this green diamond here. The EMAs on the Super Guppy indicator are all rolled green. That is wonderful. Directional index is getting stronger. The ADX is coming in at 22. When that ADX hits 25, and as we continue to get stronger and larger green, positive directional index, this is a really great sign. That 200 moving average, like how far is that really? And that 200 moving average is only about 15% away to cross on the 4-hour chart. That would be a nice thing to see. SAR indicator is steadily green. This is a good sign. Bitcoin strong. All right. 45-minute chart. This is a little bit busy here. We'll make it a little bit easier to see in just a second, but do note on this short time frame, many are noticing, if we look at these green arrows here, an ascending wedge which breaks positive about 70% of the time. especially on these time frames like 45 minutes. And note how this 200 moving average is cruising right up the bottom channel of that ascending wedge. So let's make this a little easier to see. We all know what an ascending wedge is, or if you don't, basically they tend to bounce along and break positive. It tends to be their nature. With that said, we also have something I'm strongly noticing here is this beautiful upwards channel on the short time frame that Bitcoin is following. And if we do look this morning, some of the turbulence that we're seeing in Bitcoin, like kind of why we see a red Coin 360 this morning, which I think will clear up, is look at this dump that we had here. Let me find my little measuring tool here. Sorry to hold you up. Price range. If you note this dump that we had, right about 5%. And then of course it starts recovering quickly after that. Well, what does that mean? Well, basically longs got wrecked. That's all it's about in my opinion. It's manipulation. Look how quickly it happened. So basically whales, big money is freeing up Bitcoin so it can buy it. Don't be the sucker who sells it. With that said, been a member of Blockchain Education for over 2 years. Click on the link in the description, watch the video, join. Let's make money together in 2020. As always, obstacles can't stop you, weather can't stop you, heartbreak can't stop you, failure can't stop you, only you can stop you. Bitcoin matters, it's the peaceful revolution. I'm glad you're here for it. I'll see you again tomorrow.